But when you see what is happening on this continent today, and you project the Africa we want, we are saying, if people of Africa don't take this issue as theirs, it would be wishful thinking. It will never translate into the reality. And the reality is that there is a story of a farmer in Senegal. And this story is funny because the farmer in Senegal, the President Senghor were visiting the place. And the farmer told him, President, when does independence ends so that we can be free? This means a lot. This means that for the normal people, the recovery of our autonomy as state was again for the elite and not for the people. And we are saying decentralization means a second independence, empowering the people to take control on their lives. And you don't do that if the local governments are not the first public authority that is legitimate and that can legitimize your national government.
So how is this going to come about? Because you've spoken about the African Union, which you said referred to as club of heads of states. States, I mean, different countries, sovereign ones they are. So how is AFRICITIES going to go about this without resorting to the same heads of states?
No, but frankly, I'm not blaming the head of states. They are proposing the Agenda 2060. They are the ones saying we want a different Africa. And we are telling them a different Africa means an Africa with strongly decentralized states.
So is AFRICITIES working with African Union?
Of course.
Yes.
The keynote speaker at the opening of our AFRICITIES will be the chairperson on the African Union Commission. We are not against states. Local governments are part of the states. What we are saying is that the subsidiarity principle that says let the problem of people be solved closest to them and not by the higher level where they are so remote from the realities of the people.
All right, since this is about the people, how do they register? Who can participate in this?
Well, all members of local governments, the academia, and I think it's on the website. Yeah. And Joburg is open and is expecting people to come.
What's the website, please?
UCLG.
UCLGA website or AFRICITIES website is www.africities2015.org. And you have it also on the app. We have an app on iOS or on the other one.
I think I just wanted to bring in a point that he mentioned. UCLG is not just doing something new. It's something that every country recognizes that should be in place. For example, our constitution recognizes the role of the three-tier governments. But when you look at these three roles, in fact, fourth schedule in the constitution gave local government 14 constitutional roles, and far more than what is expected the state government or even federal government to do. When you look at those lists, they are the government that also do not have the resources, neither were they given the power to do those things. We did a study of good urban governance assessment of Nigeria in 2012, which was published by National Bureau of Statistics. We got funding from Oslo Governance Center. I coordinated this study. And we look at 23 local governments in the country. Of the 14 roles, only about 7 remaining. You see federal government hobnobbing to hijack as well as state governments. And when you look at the roles that have been taken over from local government on the pretext that they don't have capacity, they are the juicy ones.
Is it the pretense or that indeed they don't have the capacity?
Now, I think to me it is really a farce to say that they don't have capacity. For how many years? that local government will not have capacity. Let's do a reform of local government service and how they can recruit people. We have millions of Nigerians who have graduated, no jobs. They need to find jobs in local government. When I was training in England many years ago, I worked in local government. They issued me a letter. Graduates, PhD holders worked in local government abroad. Why can't we devise a system that can absorb these people? If we have qualified people, not the dropouts that are there at the moment,
so what
not
would you
the
say
primary six failures.
The real challenges. Why is it that all of these things can't be done at the local government level?
It's lack of will from the top government, not local government. Because if you give them the resources, for example, now let me give you an example. Funds are allocated to local government, period, fine. And the law says it has to come through the state government. When it gets to the state government level, these funds are not released. And you have to negotiate between chairman, local government, and governors as how much, or they say, oh, you're only paying your staff. I went to a seminar, and the commissioner for local government, I won't mention the state, and then we did this seminar. I said, these chairmen could not spend more than 5 million at any point in time.
But what do you have to say about chairmen, local government chairmen, who live larger than life? Some of them don't even live in their local government areas, I know.
Yes, these are issues where if you democratize very well and you let people choose who want to be their leaders, and this system of actually doing the primaries and they allow it to function, there is no way that people will not choose their right leader. Let me give you an example. When we did some community projects many years ago, I was working with UNDP. What we did was to go to the villagers and say, we have this pot of money for you. And we call it the village consultation approach. After the same day, we say, okay, they will tell you a basket full of needs. Then we will reduce. Then when it comes to management, suggest the people. I remember in one particular village, they said somebody will be in there. I said, no, it will embezzle your money. And they put somebody else's name. So it is, if you come from the grassroots, like Jean-Pierre said, we'll get the right people. But when they are trusted from above, then there's a problem.
So clearly there's a lot to talk about, about this AFRICITIES, and from the 29th of November to the 3rd of December this year, all roads will lead to Santon Convention Center in Johannesburg, where there's it's actually the 7th African Cities Summit.
Yes.
So that's when it will hold.
Every 3 years.
All right.
Okay.
Interesting. Well, Mr. Jean-Pierre Elong Mbasi is the Secretary General of the United Cities and Local Governments for Africa, and Professor Johnson Falade, friend of UCLGA and urbanization and decentralization expert. Thank you, gentlemen, for coming on this morning.
Thank you.
All the best.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay, so there you go. We will be back in just a moment. We've got several other matters here today, so don't go away.